when I came back with more questions and answers, I realized that success isn't about climbing that upward ladder and checking off those boxes. Success is about how well we can adapt to life quakes. When things hit the fan, they're basically those major disruptions that we endure throughout our lives, usually right before we're about to reinvent ourselves, or right before we're about to evolve into the next version of ourselves. We're in the middle of what I call the reinvention revolution. We're being forced to reinvent ourselves faster and more frequently than ever before. How can we be more proactive in that reinvention process instead of being reactive? How can we use innovation to drive personal growth and not just economic growth? We often focus too hard on the final product or the invention when it comes to innovation. We often forget about the personal transformation process that is necessary in order to innovate. Innovation isn't just about technology. It's about being human, and it starts with I. I found a volunteer opportunity to go to Brazil and work in an orphanage with kids. But right before my flight down there, my new boss said, Saleema, don't come to the orphanage just yet. I want you to stay in Rio de Janeiro and build a language school, start this language school that we can use to finance the orphanage, because our orphanage is in really bad shape. Our business model started out as, hey, we're a bunch of foreign volunteers. Let's teach all the languages we know and get the school started. A couple months in, our business model was failing. We were about to call it quits. But we were like, well, wait a second. Let's figure out what we can do. Let's see if we can figure out our sweet spot and make a pivot. We realized that the demand was actually foreign students that were coming to learn Portuguese, and they were very passionate about the mission. When we made that pivot, the school immediately took off. We actually became one of the top-rated schools in Brazil for teaching Portuguese. And many other schools in Latin America replicated our model of social innovation. If you're in the process of self-discovery or reinventing yourself, I created this tool called Sweet Spot Mapping. Look at your career as a portfolio and think about, what are some of the projects that you've excelled at? What are some of those projects that you've gotten really positive feedback for? What are some of those projects that gave you a lot of joy, that you really enjoyed doing? And this last one, what are some of those projects that you're open to testing? What are some of those ideas that keep you up at night? What are some of those projects on your back burner? Stop quieting those inner voices. Give value to others wherever you can. We really need to prioritize giving, whether it's doing some volunteer work, whether it's doing something pro bono or giving back to the community in some way. We learn a lot about ourselves by giving to others. Embrace failure. Failure is part of the path to success. Great ideas don't start great. They become great through cycles of iteration and learning. Also, listen to your inner voice when it comes to pivoting. You'll probably hear something if you really pay attention to it. Even though innovation starts with I, it happens with the we, and together we can have a ripple impact on the world. As we all contribute to shaping the world's future, we don't need more thought leaders. We need more active leaders. Thank you.